Hi guys, it's Cheating Fire. In today's video we will evaluate when is it time to get rid of an old refrigerator. So in this video we're going to be starting what we're going to call a power evaluation series. Now the purpose of these series of videos is ultimately to lower our electric bill, or even our utility bills in general. We'd like to see how much is it actually costing to run a certain type of appliance, and what is the return on value for that cost. An example of this might be, well, we have an electric water heater, and it's a large heater, and the temperature we have it set at, we like to take pretty long showers. So how much is it costing us to take maybe a shower or two a day for our family? So in this case, for the refrigerator, here's the background. We have a 24-year-old refrigerator. So with a refrigerator that old, you often get people saying, well, with today's high efficiency refrigerators, you get a new refrigerator, it'll pay for itself in a matter of years. So while this certainly sounds good, you get a new refrigerator, it looks nice, it saves you money, why not? It's a win-win. Well, let's go ahead and take a look and see how much we'd be winning by. So for these power studies, I went ahead and purchased a plug-in energy meter. So I chose this meter because it was a highly rated meter from Amazon, and it was priced pretty well. You're also able to get your kilowatt hour usage and even your cost from this meter. So it'll give you things like instantaneous current, voltage, but ultimately we're interested in the cost. So to do that, I just simply had to plug in what my cost is for the area, and it gives me the total cost for that appliance. So what inspired this series? Well, here's my electric bill for the year. And what you'll see is it's quite high. And I think for a smaller family, there's something going on here. We have a cash cow that's eaten away at really our financial independence of the future. In fact, our electricity in this area, it's less than 12 cents a kilowatt hour. So there's something going on here, and my first thought is, well, 24-year-old refrigerator, that's got to be it. So I did some looking around, and I found that you could get a pretty good high-efficiency refrigerator for around $600. So that's going to be our benchmark. That's the value that we're going to weigh ourselves against. Now I also did some digging and found that the average cost to run a high-efficiency refrigerator a year is around $42. So how do we stack up? Well, first I want to make sure my refrigerator is in good working order. And I'm going to go ahead and use the recommended refrigerator settings for cooling and freezing your food. So once we had these all set in place, I went ahead and removed the front plate and swept out everything underneath. The coil was quite dirty. In fact, it was so stuffed that you couldn't even feel the air from the fan across the coils. Now, this was a big problem. In fact, this could have been the issue that I had in the beginning. So then I went ahead and put the meter in line with the appliance. And we waited 5 days. So after 5 days, it cost us a whopping $1.26 to run a refrigerator. This is equal to just under $92 a year. Now, while this is more than our 42 on average high efficiency refrigerator, at what point do we take that savings and spring for the newer appliance? Well, we mentioned that $600 is essentially our goal that we're trying to achieve here. So with a payback period of $50 a year, we're looking at 12 years to pay for that refrigerator. And that's assuming that there's no maintenance in that time. Now if you're considering I have a refrigerator that pretty much lasted for 24 years without issue, you have to wonder, will a new high efficiency refrigerator last that long? Now here's a little secret in the electronics industry. The truth is, an appliance is very likely to fail in the first years of service. Now if that appliance lasts through that first initial period, or has been repaired a few times, that appliance will now take on the characteristics of what you'd consider kind of a normal shelf life. And what that shelf life looks like is it would have a failure rate that steadily increases over time, but starts out pretty low. So essentially you have this spike in the beginning, then a dramatic drop off, and then the failure rate will steadily increase with time. So what causes this with appliances and electronics? So I've mentioned electronics, and that's kind of the answer. Essentially with electronics, with manufacturing today, you have some quality issues that can severely affect performance in life. And you have that high failure rate at the beginning because, well, if there's a manufacturing issue, it's going to cause an issue towards the beginning of its life. But if you got an appliance that doesn't have that issue, and that failure rate, you're able to surpass it in the beginning, well now it's going to behave normally, and ultimately you're going to have an appliance that's going to last a pretty decent time. So for the case of this study, I'm going to put a refrigerator life around 15 years. Now there is a time not too long ago I would consider it less than that, but I think quality is steadily increasing. So we got these older appliances that lasted 20-30 years. In fact, that's what we have now. So do we jump in? Do we take the 12-year payback period minus repairs? In this case, I'm going to say no. This is kind of a bird in the hand worth two in the bush scenario. But that is to say, with 25 cents a day, I'm getting pretty good value. Now I could potentially cut that in half, but ultimately that new refrigerator is not going to pay for itself. So what's the plan? Well, our refrigerator, it was kind of a cash cow. It was costing us. Well, after cleaning the coils and feeling that fan blow all the way across the kitchen, our efficiency's increased. So our plan is going to be properly to maintain that refrigerator. And from time to time, we're going to evaluate its efficiency. And essentially, we're going to hold on to this guy. That is until an expensive repair comes up, or perhaps refrigerators today get cheaper and more efficient. Now, if you like this video, stay tuned for some more videos just like this, where we will evaluate when is it time to get a new appliance? How much is that hot shower costing me? Should I replace all my light bulbs to LED? And ultimately, we want to have the right information in front of us for making proper decisions about what we want to pay our electricity for. So when it comes to saving money on your electric bill, stay tuned. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.